Declan Rice will lead his West Ham United side out onto that field at the London Stadium in front of 59,000 West Ham fans as we take to the pitch in West Ham's biggest game in at least 10 years, I'd say, in argument's sake. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. We're here for the West Ham versus Sevilla build-up show and starting 11 breakdown. Hope you're all well in the chat. The lineup is in. We'll get onto that in just a second. Before we do, say hello to our guests. Firstly, Mike, as always, how are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, getting excited. Yeah, roll on, 8 o'clock.
Definitely. And also Phil. Phil, how are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Very nervous now, coming up to the hour mark now. Biggest game, one of the biggest games of our lives, isn't it, Jake?
God, definitely. Yeah, for sure. It's massive. It's massive. Louis, come on your lines. Indeed, I see you as we got in the chat. Jane, hope you are well. Callum, hope you are. Anas as well. What's up? I'm nearly at the stadium. Enjoy it, mate. Hope you hope it's good. Come on, you irons. Let's go, boys. Indeed, Jay Woods. I hope you are well. Right then. So, without further ado, should we have a look at this lineup then? So, it's in, and our lineup for tonight is Areola in goal, back four of Johnson out on the right hand side, Zuma, Dawson, Cresswell as the back four, Rice and Suchek as the two in midfield. Lanzini playing just ahead of them, I'd expect, in that number 10 role. Four halves out on the left, Ben Rama on the right, Mikel Antonio playing down the middle as our striker. Now, before we dissect that fully, Mike, we've heard that it was late fitness tests for Antonio, Cresswell and Vlasic. Vlasic makes the bench, but overall, what do you make of that?
Well, I'm shocked. I didn't think they'd all be fit, so I'm well happy with that lineup. I think either one of Cresswell or Antonio just didn't think they'd both make it. But yeah, I'm glad about that. And Vlasic as well for the bench. You know, I mean, if you look at our bench, I presume we got Yarmolenko, Vlasic. I mean, it's a decent bench as well, and they might be needed tonight.
Yeah, well, we'll get onto the bench in just a second. Phil, overall, what do you make of that lineup?
Decent lineup, really. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't expecting both Cresswell and Antonio to be fit for this one. So good. Let's play to their strengths and get the job done. Really, no excuses now. We've got a very strong team playing. Pretty much, apart from Areola, a normal starting 11 for our Premier League sides that we play. So. No, I think it's a good team, and Vlasic, Yarmolenko on the bench, so we've got a couple of options on there if we need it as well. Overall, I think we should at least get at least 1 or 2 goals tonight.
Yeah. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. I see we got in tonight. Trev Tube, come on your eyes, buzzing for this, like you will, mate. Jay Woods says, so buzzing for this game, starting 11 so strong. A quick start is needed. We'll talk about that in a second. Game on, says Mandy. Mandy wasn't as positive last night. Yeah. Mandy, are you now positive? Love it. Game on. It is indeed. Gary, hope you are. They must be injected up to eyes. I'm worried, but I'm nervous. Honestly, I'm a wreck at the moment. Come on, you on from Malta, Billy. Hope you are well. I don't think we've had anyone from Malta before, so thank you very much.
Welcome, Billy.
Thank you very much, Billy.
I'm half Maltese, if that counts.
Oh, well, there we go. See, learn something new every day. Moved here from Barking. There we go. Barking to Malta. Well, I'm sure you'd rather be in Barking tonight, but I'm sure Malta is lovely. Evening, ladies. Luca, your Marshall starts. We'll have a look at the Sevilla lineup in a second. I'm so nervous, lads. Fancy us tonight, though. Yeah, same here. We will win 4-0. Oh, the positivity over in Malta. I love to see it. Up the good lineup today. Love that lineup. We're going to smash them. The positivity starting to roll through here. But let's dissect this lineup as we always do. And I'm going to put it up as how I'd expect us to line up. So that's Areola in goal, Cresswell on the left, Zuma, Dawson and Johnson. Michael, come to you. How big of a boost is that having Cresswell on the left-hand side? Because not only does that do us the world of good down the left-hand side, in my opinion, we talked about how Johnson was good on the left-hand side last night, but I still think Johnson's best in right back, and that's where he is tonight.
That's his natural position, and fair dues. I mean, the delivery, that's what we need, and that's what's going to be the difference tonight. I think, it's going to be spells where we probably haven't got the ball and we want to catch them on the break. But how important set pieces and delivery is going to be tonight. I think it's going to be very, very important.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Just with that back four, Phil, it's massive, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. That's the best possible back four that we can do. You know, we know what Zuma and Dawson can do at the back. Johnson as well, making that right back position his own. CRESSWELL's a massive boost for him to be fit. Yeah, deliveries that he does is key tonight. He's got to really be on his A game. Get all the players running forward, make sure he gets his early crosses in. And yeah, just like what Mike said, make sure those set pieces are on point.
Yeah, definitely. And whether that's a boost having CRESSWELL there, we'll have to wait and see. Gaza, I hope you are well. This is a game for just when we're all nervous and we're all a wreck. This is just, Luke, you bring us back down to reality. This is a game for Carlos Sanchez. Thanks for that, Luke.
Those days are long gone now.
Carlos Sanchez.
Oh, let's move into midfield. Obviously, the dream team in midfield. We discussed last night, Mike, whether Lanzini would start because he started quite regularly in the last few weeks, but David Moyes has deemed him fit enough to play tonight.
Good. I don't think he was at his best on Sunday. I don't think he had his best game. He gave the ball away a little bit, but hey, come on, one game where he was a little bit off. We've got to give him that. I still think he is one of our best players in that position. So yeah, we need to get him on the ball. Deck needs to have a big game in there as well. Yeah. Him and Souček. Well, I think Souček's been better over the last few games. I think he's getting back to how he was. And yeah, I fancy those guys in the middle of the park to do their job tonight.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's move on into the attack then with you, Phil. So we've got Fornals on the left, Benrahma on the right. I'm sure that'll be interchangeable, but of course we've got our man Mikel Antonio, who went off with some sort of injury or impact, injury to that sense on our last game. But David Moyes once again has deemed him fit enough to play with an incredibly late fitness test, we're hearing.
Well, let's just hope he doesn't break down and does himself any more damage. We know, obviously, he knows that he's really, realistically, he's got no other options up there. It would have been probably a bit of desperation if he did put Vlasic or Yarmolenko up there as like a false nine. So he was really praying that Antonio could be fit. So it's a big risk. But if he has a really top performance tonight, it will pay off really well. But I'll just hope that he doesn't break down. Really.
Let's hope so. Let's scroll up on some of your comments then. Luke, hope you are well. I'm off work for 2 weeks now. We win and I plan to wake up Tuesday. Apart from Bowen, that's the A team indeed. Jonathan, hope you are hoping my flight gets delayed so won't miss the match. Well, there we go. The one time you want a flight delayed, Jonathan. Time you want a flight delayed. Trev Tube, I think our players will all raise their games. The crowd will be belting out the anthems. That is for sure. Will says, do you think Antonio CRESSWELL faked injuries against Aston Villa to confuse Sevilla? Probably not, Will, but you never know. I'd be surprised if they did, but it's an interesting analogy, I suppose. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Oh, Gary Whitehead has seen Carlton Cole and Joe Cole earlier. Things you'd love to see.
Hello, Gary.
Yarmolenko on the 60th minute scored 2 goals. Andrew Yarmolenko. Jay Woods says, need Rice and Antonio to put in some shift. The game is there for the taking. Indeed, yeah, we've got 2 to 3 options on the bench, which we're going to come on to in just a second. Irons, we need a good win today. We certainly do, Louis. Let's talk about this bench then. So, Fabianski, Randolph, our 2 keepers, Alese, Diop, Fredericks, and Masuaku. Chesters, Crow, Noble, Vlasic, Yarmolenko, and Perkins. Let's just go straight into it then. So the attacking options we've got there are Chesters, Vlasic, Yarmolenko, and Perkins. We know he's not going to use the youngsters, so we've got a good 2 options there. Fredericks and Masuaku could be a weapon at some point as well, Phil. So they're not ideal, but we've got options off the bench tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Options. It's always good to have them. We know that Vlasic and Yarmolenko, they're going to make an appearance at some point. As we know, Benrahma ain't going to do the full 90. So, I think there'll be good impacts. And then either Masuaku or Fredericks, they'll come on really late on.
Yeah.
More than likely than not. The important thing is, it's not like they're just full youth players out there on the bench. But I can see Yarmolenko coming on and getting an important goal.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see. Mike, of course, it's good to have that couple of options on the bench.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's as strong a bench as we've had for a long time, to be totally honest. I'm, if it goes to penalties, there's 3 guys on the bench who can all come on and take a penalty, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't want it to go to penalties. Obviously, my heart probably won't hold up for that. I'll be outside in the garden, I think. But joking aside, yeah, I think it's as good a bench as we've had for a long, long time. I mean, we're missing 2 players, aren't we? Really, and that's our strongest squad.
Yeah.
Without Bowen and Ogbonna, and Soufal as well. But it's a pretty strong squad.
We are doing well, though. We are doing well. Without further ado, let's have the oppositions line up tonight. Let's see what Sevilla are fielding then. So you've got Bono in goal, Jesus, Navas, Koundé, Gudelj, and Augustinson, Delaney, Jordan, Rakitic, Tecatito, Martial, and of course Yusuf En-Nesyri up front. So recognisable names there. Let's just break that down before I hand over to our panel. So players that played last week: Bono played in goal, Navas, Koundé. I think Judel played. Augustinson didn't play. Delaney had some. I don't think he played last week. Jordan, I think he played. Rakitic didn't play, of course, because he was pulled out in the warm-up. Tecatito, Nuno, of course, Anthony Martial didn't start the game last week, but he's in the 11 tonight. And of course, En-Nesyri starts tonight. Of course, they've been hit with some more injury worries. Of course, Acuna was out injured. Their left back, of course, had some problems last week. And of course, Ocampos, that got a yellow card last week, which means he's not available. Phil, that's a decent lineup, but it's beatable.
Yeah, it's definitely beatable. Very strong lineup. Obviously Rakitic couldn't play. He got dropped out last week, so it'd be interesting to see how he gets on. Martial starting is I do fear it a little bit because what he's done against us over the years before. So he's probably going to get booed every time he gets the ball. And En-Nesyri as well can be an attacking threat. So as long as we just dominate it, first 20 minutes is key for us. If we can get, we just go all out, take the game by the scruff of the neck, I won't be fearing of them. Really?
Yeah, definitely. We've got some live images coming in from Tom Clark and Football London, and this is good from West Ham because there's only 900 Sevilla fans in the stadium tonight, and they put them in the top tier out the way,
good.
Which is good because that means they're not going to generate the atmosphere down in that lower tier, which is good. They're up there, out the way. Mike, you'd usually be up there.
That's next to me, mate. There.
Yeah. There's Andy will be up there tonight.
He'll be up there. Yeah.
And there's only 900 of them. There's a very smart move from the Hammers. Mike, before we jump into some more comments, Martial and Rakitic, just 2 very experienced players there. Who
that's a decent lineup, mate, and it's quite attacking. There's a lot of attacking ability there, mate. I mean, that's a decent team. It's bound to be in it. Let's face it. Look at their record in this competition. I mean, it's going to be a tough game, but it's nothing. We don't need to fear it. We've beaten better teams than that this year. We've beaten Liverpool. We've beaten Chelsea. We've beaten Man City. I mean, we are. If we go out there and give it our best shot, and we have a bit of luck go our way because we might need a bit of that, then hey, I don't fear it. I don't fear that lineup, even though it looks pretty strong. We got to go and put our game on them. That's what we got to do.
Definitely. Right, we've got 58 comments to look at then. I am going to scroll right up and see what we are dealing with. Just while I do that then, right, this is where we got to. I know we were talking about this before we came on. England get 450 in the first innings. Anything can happen, exactly. Root at 150, Dan Lawrence at 91, Stokes at 100+. Is this a sign So nervous. Luke with the three hammers. Hope you are well. Let's go on. Deckers versus Ivan Rakitic. What a battle that would be. Definitely. Let's talk about that for a minute, because of course, Phil, you've got Rakitic there who knows what's got to happen tonight. He's a very experienced player. He's going to be the one leading the forefront of the let's get this done in whatever means and way possible.
Yeah, definitely. He's got a great pedigree in his career. Yeah, he's one player I do sort of fear. He can pull the strings for them. But I think Rice will win that battle. But Rakitic has got the experience. So it'll be an interesting battle. But I don't fear. We've think of all the big players that we've played against this season, like Ronaldo and all the others. You know, we're used to playing against big players. But either way, great player. But Declan Rice will have the better game out of the two.
Let's hope so. We've also got some more pictures coming in, and of course, when the players come out, we're going to do the mosaic thing from the fans from that other side. There you go. There's a picture of one, and when they all hold it up, and it says West Ham or something, just to create that bit more of an atmosphere. But let's take some more comments. Anna says Antonio will smash. It is his type of game, and Deckers is scoring the biggest game in the season. Got to see Noble at some point. Depending on what stage of the game we are at, Mike, do you think Noble makes an appearance tonight?
Yeah, I do. I think he's been good in Europe for us. Especially to keep the ball. If we need to keep the ball and we're a goal or two up, I mean, he's your man. I mean, he's still technically a very good passer of the football. So, yeah, I mean, he could come into play tonight. He really could. I mean, we don't go overboard with the subs, do we?
No.
It's not something we do normally, but maybe we'll have to tonight.
Yeah. Troj says seems weird. They're both recovering from strange pure spells, Antonio and Cresswell. Yeah, it's a bit strange. This is a good comment. Rice is due a goal tonight, and what better time to do it tonight? Declan Rice. Let's hope.
Yeah.
I just hope Benny don't fade in and out. Needs to be on it. On his game, definitely. All 11 of those players have got to be at their best tonight.
Absolutely.
If we're going to win.
Yep.
5 subs, he needs to use them tonight. Yeah, we talked about on the preview last night.
Needs to remember to use them.
Phil. David Moyes has got to think quickly tonight if we're going to win this. He's got to think on his feet. This is a 90-minute match, and if he makes the wrong decision, wrong sub, or doesn't do something, can act upon a good bit of spell, then a good bit of play, then it's an uphill battle.
Oh, definitely. 5 substitutions are there for a reason. We know in the past, even when it's just 3 substitutions, he just picks one player on it at like 87th minute. If we remember, he did that at the start of last season. Look, we've got enough first team players on the bench, so make sure you use them at the right time. It's easy for us fans to know when we need a substitution, but I think Moyes can be a bit stubborn sometimes. Let's just hope he knows what he's doing. And if we need to bring on a fresh pair of legs at the right time, make sure he does it. And if Noble comes on, I'll be happy with that. Especially if we've got a penalty.
Yeah, well, 100%. Yeah, Peter, hope you well. We've never lost at home to Sevilla. Exactly, what a stat, Luke. We've never lost at home to Sevilla at the London Stadium. What a stat. No to penalties. Yeah, honestly, I don't think we'll be able to handle it. I'll be behind the sofa. I'll be out of the room. I can't handle it. Evening all, Lauren. Hope you are well. I fancy the fornicator smashing one past his countryman tonight. He wasn't fantastic last Thursday night. It's time to turn it on tonight, Pablo. Indeed. Crosshammer. Hijack me nerves are setting in. They all are. We are all nervous as hell. I fancy Suchek to go on a scoring run like last season. Be nice to see Yarmolenko score again and feature tonight. Yeah, I agree, Lawrence. James, hope you are well. Everybody's saying hello to each other. If we sit back, we're in trouble. Yeah, it's half time in this football match. We've put out a very good lineup. We're 1-0 down. We need to win. Mike, do you think we've just got to go for it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're not going to over go for it, but I think we've got to press a bit higher, and we just got to show a more intent. And when they do lose it, then that's when we've got to be on it.
Yeah,
it really is. I mean, we know they're highly technically gifted, all their players, so they're going to keep the ball for a while. But we've got to be patient. We're going to have to be patient at times, but we're going to need to come out and press, we need a good start. That's what we need. Get the crowd up. Have a good start. Even if it's only just crack a couple of shots in early on and, you know, make something happen and get the crowd up and keep them up. And I'm hoping they're just going to be our 12th man tonight.
Fingers
and I
crossed.
just wish I was there now.
Yeah, and what better that we're finally making use of some of that just open space there. There's the Euro 2020 DJ on that bit of just open nothingness tonight at the London Stadium. Finally, we're putting it to some use. Martial versus Johnson is crucial. Yeah, every single battle on that field tonight is crucial.
Oh yeah.
Need a beer? My nerves are started.
Don't worry, I've already had a couple.
I've run out.
Mike's on it. Luke says, I think sadly it'll be 1-1, brave, proud performance, but just fall short. Luke, come on. Think it will go penalties, says Lawrence. Yarmolenko will most likely be on with 30 minutes when Antonio pulls up. Adama has just put Barca 2-1 up. Yeah, they were losing to Galatasaray. So Barca might be through to the next round. Who would take penalties? Penalties are given to you right now, Phil. Are you taking it, or are you saying no? Let's have it.
Just go for it. Oh,
love it. And before I come to you, Mike, there's Gary tonight with Joe Cole and Carlton.
Oh, with the Cole brothers.
With the Cole brothers, there they are.
Well
done,
man.
Gary. Well done,
Mike,
Gaz. Would you take penalties now?
I'd say yes, because at least I'd know we'd still be in with a chance. It'd be better than losing. So, I don't want it to go to penalties, mate. That's the last thing I want to happen. I want us to win it in normal time, let alone extra time. But, I mean, if it goes to penalties, it means we're still there with a chance.
Yeah. Frema says, I'm shaking so much, I'm barely holding on to my phone. The nerves are getting to people. Mike, I think this comment is highly rude to you, Percy, so I'm not going to read it out, but I'm going to let you read it. I think that's highly immature and not very nice, Luke. Not very nice to our Mike.
My granddad did.
Yeah, well, there we go. Not Mike. Don't disrespect Mike like that.
I'll remember that. I'll remember that comment.
yeah, go on, Mike. James says, does anyone have a link for a live stream of the game in Codo? Can't get Jake into trouble. Footy Pass on Twitter. If you click on there's a couple of streams on there, and there's links for different ones as well. Footy Pass on Twitter, James, if you want to have a look. If you haven't got BT Sport, of course. Is there a reason there's only a small contingent of away fans? Yeah, we've whacked them in the top tier, which I think is the right thing to do. Just get them out of the way, because of the. But they've all only bought 900 with them. We gave them the full allocation, but tickets in the gods were put on sale about 3 days ago. So they obviously gave them back to the club. So that's their fault. He's go as well. Yeah, there's that as well. We are David Moyes' Claret and Blue Army, indeed. That needs to be rocking around that London Stadium tonight. Anna says, I went to the ground earlier to calm my nerves. The atmosphere in the air felt just that little bit better. Yeah. 6 o'clock, people are putting on pictures and it's just packed there. What an occasion it is tonight. What an occasion. Let's scroll down then. They fly so high, they reach the sky, and like my dreams, they fade and die. Indeed. Not like my dreams fade. Let's hope our European dreams don't fade and die tonight. Sevilla manager was praising us over there. He was, and he continues to. The director of football praises West Ham every single time. But don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to West Ham Official if you are new. We're going to come back to some of these comments in just a second. But before we do, we're going to check out our channel sponsors, SRM Carver and Son, by clicking the link in the description down below. Let's take a 15-second breather and we'll be back in a second. Come on, you Irons. Please check out our channel sponsors here on West Ham Official, SRM Carver & Son. SRM Carver & Son provide crushing, screening and aggregate recycling services across southern England. You can check out SRM Carver & Son and more information by clicking the link in the description down below. Once again, a fantastic and a huge thank you to SRM Carver & Son for sponsoring West Ham Official, and come on, you Irons. Phil, do we think that in a way this game can be lost early on? Do you think this? Let me word that differently. How crucial is the first 20 minutes of this game, Phil?
If we if we're dominating the first 20 minutes of this game, then we've got a great chance of going through in this competition. If we're going to sit back straight away and let them just run right over us, then I'll be a bit more fearful, you know. But it is very, very, very important that we're on top of them for the first 20 minutes, if not that, well, the first half at least.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, all the fans there, they're going to be cheering and singing like never before, you know. So, yeah, we have to make sure we're on top of them for that first 20 minutes.
Definitely. Mike, we've got to get out of the blocks early, and we can't afford to concede the first goal in this game.
No, we can't. I mean, it's, you know, the thing is, at the end of the day, we've got to score 2 goals.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've got to score 2 goals to go through, unless we win 1-0 and then win on penalties, obviously. But I mean, if they score, we still got to score 2 goals. Yeah. So, I mean, we can't sit back. We've got to have a go. We really have got to have a go. And I said it before. I said we're not going to get that many chances. It's going to be, we got to be clinical.
Yeah.
If we get a chance, we got to take it. We got to hit the target. We got to make the keeper work, and we got to be following it up. It's just, it's basic stuff. They all know it, you know. But I mean, we can't tie up. We don't want no one freezing. We want everyone to go out there and try, relax and try and play the best. But it's going. The atmosphere hopefully will lift them all. That's what I'm really praying for.
Well, if it doesn't, then there's no hope, is there? Because that atmosphere will be buzzing in there tonight. Rice for the winner, Yarmolenko for the first. Love it, lads. I'm so pumped for this game in the booth at the moment. We can tell, Jay Woods. We're all pumped for it. Only do need to score 1 goal, then go from there. Exactly. Let's take this in stages. After the first 20 minutes, let's assess it again. See where we are. Have we scored? Have they scored? And then we go again. We have to take our. We have to take advantage when the momentum is with us. Bang on. Yeah. JJ, hope you have made it. Hope you are well, my friend. Penalty takers, Noble, Lanzini, Cresswell, Dawson, Fornals. I think that is penalty takers. JJ, there we go. Let's scroll down then. So many comments. Oh, and I've come to the end of the comments. We have to, where is it? We have to score in the first half, or it's all over, I'm afraid. If we go in, and it's 0-0 at half time. I don't think it's the end of the world. It's getting a little bit more nail biting. Yeah. We, of course, love to score early, but it's not the end of the road at half time if we haven't scored, Phil.
No, it's definitely not. It really would help so much if we do get the first goal in the first half. Otherwise, you know, the later we leave it on, it's going to be more of an uphill battle. But it's not over yet. At the end of the day, we still need just that 1 goal. Just that 1 goal. And then we play a little bit longer. But yeah, it's not. I won't be too disappointed if it's 0-0 coming into the first half time.
Yeah. JJ says, Jake, I got the Villa score right, didn't I? I think you did you? I don't know.
I got the score right once.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We all did, JJ. Yeah. Evening, everyone. Hit the like button and subscribe to West Ham Official Sharky. Hope you are well, my friend. Yes, I think it's just an overriding element of nerves and excitement, and just everything is just inside us at the moment, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, you just want it to be over now, and hopefully we got the win and we're moving on, don't we? I mean, this is what it's all about. For me, it's like going to the games. It's the build up and everything. It's the exciting bit, because, you know, quite often we get let down with the 90 minutes. But to be joking, I'm joking, because I honestly, I am quite confident tonight. I am quite confident. I'm reasonably settled at the moment.
Yeah, right, exactly. He just comes through every single time, Sharkies, and be positive. We will win this. Dawson is going to score the winner. Love it, Sharky. Love it. Because I got the last scoreline right. West Ham United 69, Sevilla 0. Yeah, there we go.
Take that.
Yeah, we'd all take that now for sure.
6
Throw
or
them into that
9-0.
draw,
Yeah.
into that draw at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. But of course, they've got incredibly good players there, Phil. But we've got to find a way to shut them down, to put them on the back foot early on, and just put them under pressure, because they will crack, I think, because they are a depleted, a weakened, an injury-stricken, very good side, but gettable side.
Exactly, be the best side in the world. But if you're not, if you're not if it's not your strongest team, and you've got the opposition's fighting at you, it's always going to be a bit of a shock to the system for them. So, like we said, it's really important that we're off the markers straight away in this game, and then they don't know what's going to hit them. If you got Antonio, if he was in a purple patch of form, then he's unplayable. So he'd be one that they would be fearing, as is any of our players who if they're on top form. So I think if we really are going for it, especially at the start of the game, then it's going to be a bit of a nervy one for them, no matter how good individually their players are.
Well, yeah, exactly. We've got to go into it, Mike, with the mentality that we can win. That's it.
Yeah, I think Antonio's quite key, really, because they don't face that sort of striker week in, week out in their league. He's different, He likes to field the defender. He likes to roll them. He likes to have a little wrestle with them, and he did it a couple of times in the away game. But I think he's really key for us tonight. He really needs to be on his A game, and he could cause some problems.
100%. 45 minutes to go. I tell you what, though, these obscure predictions just calming the nerves slightly. Big Dolph's triple hat-trick incoming, 9-0. Rangers 1-1 at the moment. Let's have a look at the other scores around the grounds in the Europa League and see what is going on there. So, of course, we had some 5:45 kickoffs, and it's in the 71st minute, 1-1 between Rangers and Crème-Svezia. Barcelona are winning 2-1. Leverkusen and Atalanta are 0-0, but Atalanta are winning on aggregate, and Braga are beating Monaco at the moment. Let's have a look what the score is, and it's 3-0 to Braga on aggregate. So it looks like Braga are making their way through to the next round and beating Monaco. That's a bit of a shock, but we can worry about that about 10:30 tonight when we're through to the next round, and we're looking about where we're going next, booking them flights. Where are we going next? We've got to get past this colossal task first. Are you doing a live stream, Jake? Honestly, watch alongs aren't for me. I just, especially tonight, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't. But you can become a member of the channel here by clicking the link. That is, there's Shark. He's a member. He's got some fantastic content of me this morning for the match day natter, where Sharky, literally my hand was frozen when I turned that camera off. It was rather cold this morning, but Arrive 66 says, I think that people are confusing nerves with unfamiliarity. The new is always scary. Look, if they score first, then we will go for it with nothing to lose. We can win this. We have the talent. Come on, you Irons. Very good point. Do you think do you think that's the case, Phil?
Yeah, we're not used to this. Everything's scary at first. But yeah, look, I think we're not going to be downhearted if they score first. We're going to go for it. We've got 59,000 people there tonight, so we're going to be cheering them on, and that's the biggest morale booster you can have when you've got the support of your own fans there, especially in a massive, massive game like this. We'll be fine. I've got all the confidence in the world.
Let's hope so. Mike, anything to add to that?
No, I'm quietly confident, Jake, and I'm just looking forward to the game now. I really am. I just want it to start and get going. I'm just really looking forward to watching this game. Like I've said before, I've been lucky. I've seen us, play in European semi-finals. I've watched us in FA Cup finals. I've watched us win FA Cup finals. I've been lucky over my time, but you want more of it, and I think this is great. It's a great opportunity, for give experience to players, and hopefully, under David Moyes, we can keep getting to Europe every year.
I'll just stop there. We've got some live footage from the stadium. Gary's
Oh,
joining
right.
us. Gary, can you hear us?
All right, Gary.
Oh, chaps, I can't hear you. It's very noisy here. Let me see if I can spin my camera around.
Oh.
Oh.
Your camera's gone, Gary. But there is Gary inside the stadium. We'll just wait and see whether he can get his camera back, and he's gone again. But there we go. You saw Gary from inside the stadium. Brilliant, brilliant. Luke's a member. Luke, did you watch the members video this morning? Do you watch the members videos? Hope you are, then, mate. Hope you are. West Ham can win this cup, even with the teams that are still in it. I agree, indeed. Gary looks like a Sevilla manager. I'm sure he'll take that as a compliment. But there's plenty of individual battles that we've obviously got tonight. But before I ask that to you, Mike, here's Gary.
Hey.
There he is now. Let's go full screen on Gary, shall we? There he is. He's at the London Stadium. What's the feeling like, Gary? At the London Stadium?
Let's have London Stadium seen through the start of Sevilla.
There we go. Just
we tasted a bit of the atmosphere, Jake.
Exactly. That's what we need. Let's bring Gary back. There he is. Superb, Gary. What's the atmosphere like, mate?
It's like when you got me on there, mate.
I'm just listening. I'm enjoying listening to all this.
Yeah.
Hi, chaps. I can't hear you because there's a lot going on here. But it seems like we've come up with quite a strong team. Antonio's playing, which has surprised me. So let's hope for a good game. So, as I can't hear you, I'll leave you now. Enjoy the game. Cheers.
Brilliant. Cheers, Gary.
See you, Gary.
Cheers. Hope you got to hear that. If you didn't, Gary just said the atmosphere is amazing, and he likes to line up, and he's looking forward to it. There we go. That's a bit of footage for you. These live streams rarely work, especially with that London Stadium Wi-Fi. It's an absolute nightmare.
It's not good.
But thank you very much, Gary, for popping on. That was superb. But before Gary came in, Michael, I was going to ask you, there's plenty of individual battles tonight, and the bottom line is we've just got to win them.
Yeah, of course we have. I mean, there's some massive ones there, some massive matchups between good players. But we just got to get out and be stronger and be mentally stronger as well, physically and mentally stronger. And I think they're experienced in this. But hey, we got that massive crowd behind us. I think that's going to be the advantage. I really do. It's going to lift those players. And, if they ain't going to be up for this, you ain't going to get up for nothing.
Precisely. Phil, what do you think's the biggest individual battle on the park today?
Oh, God, it's got to be, I suppose, always a strong midfield battle. So Rice versus Rakitic is going to be an interesting one. And Antonio against Koundé. Zuma and Dawson against Martial and Nesri be interesting as well. It's just going to be strong individual battles all across the field today. But if we win it in midfield, we're going to win it forward as well.
Definitely. Let's hope so. People are starting to get their predictions into the chat. So, Mike, Phil, start thinking of what your predictions are going to be. Just talking about the Wi-Fi. McDonald's Wi-Fi at the London Stadium. It's rubbish. It is.
It's terrible.
Completely rubbish. James says, thanks for that. I presume that's for the stream. Yeah, footy pass. If anybody hasn't got BC Sport, that's the way to go. I owe you a point when you're 18. Yeah, let's keep this legal. No, Dad doesn't accept it on my behalf.
Can have Coca-Cola.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah. But I don't want the Coca-Cola bottle that I don't want the bottle that Harry Kane volleyed across the pitch last night. I want a clean one, because I don't want my Coke being anywhere near that guy's stinky feet. Trust me. But let's go on to some predictions then. So I want a full scenario. We're going for the full shebang tonight, Mike. I want how you think the game's going to go. I want your prediction, goal scorers, and overall how you think it's going to go.
Right, I better be quick because I'm running out of battery. I'm going to go. We're going to win. We're going to go 1-0 down, come back 1-1.
Yeah.
Dawson from a set piece, and then 4-0 to make it 2-1. Extra time, and we're sneaking extra time.
Oh,
Souček header.
the scenes. Oh, I'll tell you what, Mike. That is a perfect scenario, and I'll take that right now. Mike, have you got enough battery for another 5 minutes or so, or should we let you go?
No, I've got a little bit more yet. I've got about 8%.
All right, cool. We'll keep on going for a little bit longer then. Phil, exactly the same to you. Scenarios, predictions, goal scorers, and all that. You go. Let's have the specifics. Let's have the whole shebang, Phil.
So we're going to control the game for about 20 minutes. Then they're going to have about 5-10 minutes in control. We'll come up to, it'll be, let's say, 42nd, 43rd minute. We're going to get a free kick just outside the box, but towards the corner. CRESSWELL's going to whip one in. Dawson's going to head it. It's going to be rebounded off one of their defenders. And then Antonio miskicks it, but 4-0 dinks it in.
That's so going to happen now.
Yeah. Half time, we go in, we're all buzzing. Second half's going to start. It's sort of 50-50. They go on, they have about 5-10 minutes in control, then we do. We do our subs, and then, I don't know, 80th minute, Declan Rice, he just drives through. He gets in the box, and he scores. 2-0, and we're through.
I tell you what, I love the specifics. We should do that more often. That is
Makes it
brilliant.
more
We should have
dramatic.
Specifics from two ridiculously amazing and quite possible examples of how these two gentlemen think the game is going to go, and that's just brilliant. Well, I'd say huge thank you to our new member of the channel, Peter. Hope you're welcome to the super subs. I actually let the subs on if you're a youngster, Peter. Unlike David Moyes, you get to get on the pitch, you know, as you do. But if you would like to become a channel member, of course, you can click the link there. You know what to do. Right, let's take some of your predictions. And you guys haven't gone into specifics, which I completely forgive you for. But moving on. Schalke's gone for 2-0, so that means we win 2-1 on aggregate. 2-1 win on pens. 3-1 West Ham. 2-0. 2-0. Plenty of 2-0s coming in. Love to see it. Another 2-0 there. You're allowed a shandy. Well, I was. Says Trudge. We love the specifics. The specific score prediction. That's what it's doing now. The SSP. The specific score prediction. Things you'd have to see. Antonio and Rice to score. Benny and Dawson to score. Craig Van Dawson will score tonight. He will. It's written in them stars above the London Stadium that Craig Dawson will score tonight. Right, I love this question, and we're going to end on it. 10 minutes to go before kickoff. You know what's coming. You've got the boys in the dressing room. 10 minutes before kickoff. Mike, what are you saying?
Right. This is the biggest game could be the biggest game in this stadium, or is the biggest game we've had in this stadium. The fans are all out there. You know, don't let them down. Don't let yourselves down. Get out there. Don't leave nothing on that pitch. Give it everything, and we're going to win this game. And we're going to experience this again. Yeah. This is what we want.
Brilliant. Phil, over to you.
What Mike said.
Anything to add?
Just go out there. Do it for the fans. Do it for yourselves. Do it for your lives. Come on, you Irons.
It's come from there, that. Brilliant. Peter says, I feel your hard work on the channel and deserve a little bit of support. Peter, brilliant. Thank you very much. Let's do this. We are massive communists. Our time is now. That's what I put on Twitter earlier. Our time is now. Mark Noble has to have that last word in that dressing room before those players come out. He deserves it. It's his final season. We're in the last 16 of a European competition. 4 years ago last week. 4 years ago. Was it 4 years ago and 1 week? All that happened at Burnley.
Yeah.
Now we are in a Europa League last 16 with it all to play for tonight. Leave everything on that pitch. We've got Spurs away on Sunday, but we go into it, quite frankly, put that out the window for the minute. If we get beaten that game and we win this tonight, I won't really, I will care, but I prefer us to win this tonight and lose by 1 goal against Spurs. This is how big this game is. Come on, you Irons. Come on, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. Villa was a perfect warm-up for Sevilla. Come back tonight, Jake, if we win. Yeah, tell that to Mum. Go on. Yeah. I might be, fingers crossed. But if not, and I'm told I'm going to bed, I'll do a 2-minute match review like I did for the last game, whatever happens. But Moyes will say, if you don't win, you can't go home. Yeah. And David Moyes' final words say, this is what I do. I win. David Moyes wins, and he's got to do that again tonight. Thank you, everybody, for watching this edition of the Starting 11 Breakdown, West Ham versus Sevilla, the biggest game of the season, the biggest game of my lifetime as a West Ham fan, and probably Phil's as well. Not Mike's, but it's still a massive game. Final thoughts, Mike, anything to add?
No, that's it, mate. I just want us to get on. I want to get on with it now. I just want the game to start, and just hope and pray that we can get through this.
Yeah. And Phil, we've got to find something to do for half an hour to entertain ourselves. But I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get on YouTube, put on loop that Europa League theme tune because I love it so much. Whoa, 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 whoa. Anyway, Phil, final thoughts.
Nah, we'll just not long to go now for the game. Let's just support the team, and then hopefully we can do our little reactions at the end.
Yeah.
All smiles and happy days.
Let's hope so. So for the biggest game of the season, thank you everybody for watching the Starting 11 Breakdown show. Come on, you Irons! And
come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons.
Come on, boys. We've got to do this. Come on. We'll see you very, very soon. Peace out. This is us from West Ham Unofficial, and I'll catch you soon. Come on, boys. Do it. Do it. Come on. Let's go.
See you later, guys.
Cheers.